What is up, Dynasty fam? Welcome into the show. Got a great show today talking about our Dynasty Cornerstone rankings, top 25 cornerstone pieces in Dynasty football right now. So I'm excited. This is our first time doing this. We're going to be releasing a lot of rankings, getting all the positional rankings ready to go, and going to have all this in our chalkboard. So if you're not in there, be sure to join in before all this stuff hits. So before we get into it, guys, going to share how we kind of came about this list, what names are maybe on or off. And I'm going to go through and tell you guys how we're ranking these players right now. You guys can agree, disagree in the comments. But basically, we're looking at incoming rookies. We did include the incoming rookies, a few of them. And also, we're looking at really first and second year players, or if they're in their third season, they have to be at least 23 years old. So there's a couple people, man, already played 3 years, but still 23 years old, and they made the list. So that is how we're going about our list. At number 1, we have CJ Stroud, a tier of his own. I really love CJ Stroud, as everybody else does. Only 22 years old, had a great rookie season, was the QB7 in points per game, finished ahead of Patrick Mahomes. I have him in that same tier, guys, tier 1 with Josh Allen Mahomes. I actually have him at QB2 overall. Really love Stroud. Probably going to add another weapon for him. Got to upgrade at the running back position with Joe Mixon. Probably going to get another receiver upgrade. So I love me some CJ Stroud, number 1 overall in a tier of his own. And at number 2, we have Caleb Williams, pretty much the 101. I think consensus 101 now, guys, if he lands in Chicago. I thought he might be in a tier of his own as well. I think in rookie drafts, I have him and Marvin Harrison pretty much in the same tier. But if you would have got Marvin Harrison 101, guys, I wouldn't have blamed you. I know Caleb Williams has had a lot of doubters, but right now he is set up in a great situation if he lands in Chicago. Got a lot of solid weapons with the addition now of the veteran Keenan Allen. So I think Caleb Williams right here at number 2 and my rookie 101, undisputed right now so far in the tier of his own. Right now I have him with Marvin and Anthony Richardson there together, but he may be in the tier of his own right now after some of these free agency moves. But for now, here he is at fam rank overall Dynasty Cornerstone ranking of number 2. At number 3, we have Marvin Harrison, pretty much the wide receiver 1 of this class, my wide receiver 1 overall here. I think if you have Marvin Harrison, he's going like at the 103, 102 maybe in your rookie drafts if you get him ahead of Drake Maye or Jaden Daniels. So I like Marvin Harrison here. I think this is a good spot for him. We have another rookie in here in the next tier that we'll talk about. So depending on landing spot, I think these guys are both very talented. If Marvin Harrison landed like in New England, that would be a little bit tricky there. Maybe put Nabers in the same tier. But for now, we have Marvin Harrison right here at our number 3 spot. And at number 4, we have Anthony Richardson. Pretty much he got banged up, guys. There's a little bit of doubt here with Anthony Richardson for me, just because of that play style that he has. But right now, he came out, smashed a couple games that he played right for fantasy. So I have him at the number 4 overall, only 21 years old on our Cornerstone ranking. So Anthony Richardson, right, you're looking at that 102, 103 range. I think some people would give up that 102, 103, especially if they needed a quarterback, right, and they want to pass on Marvin, go Richardson. I wouldn't blame them. So they are in the same tier here. Now, coming in at number 5, guys, we have Puka Nacua, 22 years old. He's my wide receiver 2 here in the Cornerstone rankings. And Puka he smashed, guys. He completely turned fantasy football upside on its head. So I got to give the man some respect. I have him ahead of Garrett Wilson right now, but in the same tier. If I could tear down from Puka and get Garrett Wilson plus, guys, I definitely wouldn't mind doing that. Garrett Wilson is my wide receiver or my player number 6 here on the Cornerstone rankings. And I really love this. I love the upside of Garrett Wilson coming in next year with Aaron Rodgers for those New York Jets. So, like I said, if I could tear down, I wouldn't mind if I can get a little something added onto it. People probably won't agree right now, but I'm very excited about Garrett Wilson as well this next season. And my rookie wide receiver number 2 is Malik Nabers, and he is in this tier with Puka and Garrett Wilson. And I'm looking at it really as Malik Nabers probably going to go 104, right, as high as 104. I think people would give up that pick, right, for maybe Puka. I think people would give up that 104 spot right there, unless they're thinking about maybe going for a quarterback, which like in Daniels or Maye, and they may want to keep that pick. But for now, I'm thinking I got Nabers here in that same tier. Like I said, he's going about the 104 spot in rookie drafts possibly. So I think he can go here with right here after Puka and Garrett Wilson comfortably. Only 20 years old right now. Definitely going to feel like he's going to smash in the NFL. And next, my RB1 overall in Dynasty, guys, right now. And my player number 8 on the Cornerstone rankings, that is Breece Hall. He is Breece Hall going into his third season, but only 23 years old still, guys. I know he's a running back, but I got Breece Hall number 1 overall. He's pretty much been in the worst situations his first 2 seasons, and he still has an RB6, RB7 finish in the first 2 seasons in total fantasy points. Like I said, he's going to get the QB back in Aaron Rodgers. I love Breece Hall this season. Excited to see what he could do with a good quarterback there in the New York Jets offense. Now, my RB2 overall in Dynasty. And player number 9, we have Bijan Robinson, 22 years old. He has the QB upgrade, guys, but we still have Tyler Algier. I think we'll see less Tyler Algier this season. And I'm looking forward to Bijan Robinson. But for now, I got Breece Hall still over him. Player number 10, I have Jahmyr Gibbs. He is my RB3 right now in the Dynasty Cornerstone rankings. Only 21 years old, still had a great rookie season. The RB8 in fantasy points per game with 16.1 fantasy points. All that while sharing a lot of that load there with David Montgomery in that Lions backfield. But I definitely love Jahmyr Gibbs. Think he's got some great upside still to go in that Lions offense. Have him at player number 10. Now, I have 11 and 12. I got Jaden Daniels, Drake Maye. I don't really have too much conviction over either of these guys right now so far. I haven't looked at film, guys. I've only looked at stats. If you want to see, I do have a breakdown over them, a little graph just kind of comparing some of their statistics over there on my Twitter. Be sure to check it out. Maybe I could pop it up right here real quick. But basically right here, if you wanted to put Daniels or Maye ahead, right, and value the quarterbacks, I just think it's not a sure thing. I would think I would rather have Hall, Bijan, or Gibbs in Dynasty right now over these unproven rookies, especially we don't know the landing spot right now. There's some buzz about Minnesota Vikings trading up, getting Drake Maye. I definitely would like that if he was paired with Addison and Jefferson. Probably would maybe make things interesting. But for now, this is how I have the tier. If you want to move them around, move them wherever you want. Now at number 13, player number 13, Sam LaPorta, my tight end 1 overall, 23 years old, great rookie season, over close to 900 yards. So Sam LaPorta, definitely love him. He is at my player number 13. Then at number 14, we have the RB4 here on our Cornerstone rankings, Achane, 22 years old, completely smashed for fantasy football when he was in there. He's got the elite level speed in a great offense that utilizes him very well. So Achane right now, he missed some games, but still love Achane. When he's in there for your fantasy lineup, he's going to smash. He could win you weeks on his own. Now at number 15, this is a big riser for me, guys. Wide receiver 5 on the Cornerstone rankings. Let me know in the comments, guys. Let me know in the comments because a lot of people, he's kind of polarizing. Some people like him, some people don't, right? I think maybe we may be overreacting, myself included. But for now, I have him Cornerstone wide receiver number 5 and our Cornerstone ranking of number 15 overall. Only 23 years old, going into his third season now, gets the QB upgrade. Definitely love Drake London heading into this season. Now in that same tier, I got Chris Olave, only 23 years old, heading into his third season. We have Olave and Dell. Some people may argue Dell over him, but I think, Olave, he was a wide receiver 20 in fantasy points per game, even being in a not so great of a situation. So I still like Olave a lot. I think he's undervalued in the community, probably a buy right now. But Chris Olave, my player number 16, then heading into Tank Dell. Love Tank Dell, player ranking of number 17 overall. Nico Collins is not in here, guys, because he is in his third season and he's also 24. So if they're heading into their third season, I put him on here if they are 23 years old. So Nico does not make the cut. But I think in Dynasty, I still would prefer Tank Dell over Nico right now. And at player number 18, our rookie wide receiver 3 is going to be Rome Odunze. Has some great upside, looks good. Looks like he could be a good fit for multiple organizations. We'll see where he lands. But for right now, comfortably, he's only 21 years old, comfortably putting at my player number 18. You're talking about the rookie pick 106-ish. So definitely like Rome Odunze right now on as my player 18. And Brock Bowers, my tight end 2 in the Dynasty Cornerstone rankings, only 21 years old. Definitely looks like going to be a great prospect, really, no matter where he lands. So player number 19, I have Brock Bowers. At number 20, I have Jordan Addison. He's my wide receiver 9 on the Cornerstone rankings, 22 years old. Had a good rookie season, but we didn't have a lot of JJ there. Who knows what the quarterback play will be? I think Addison is somebody that was a faller in free agency. Right now, I still have him as my player number 20, but definitely going to be interesting to see what kind of season he has. I'm a little bit concerned for Addison. I think he could be a sell depending on his value overall in Dynasty rankings. So right now at 21, we have Jayden Reed. Had a solid rookie season there in Green Bay, actually tied in fantasy points per game with Jordan Addison. So I think Reed is someone that is very interesting. Green Bay Packers offense is an up-and-coming, exciting offense. Jordan Love definitely took a big step forward. I'm looking forward to what Green Bay can do next season. Now they add Josh Jacobs. So I like Jayden Reed right now. Maybe overvalued in Dynasty, but for now, I'm going to have him as my player number 21. And at number 22, I have J.J. McCarthy. He's another one that's kind of polarizing. Some people think, people say he stinks. Some people say he's going to be great, right? As always with the quarterbacks, it's very hard to tell. But there's not really a consensus on J.J. You really love him or you hate him, but he's only 20 years old, probably going to get some good draft capital. So I have him right here at player number 22. And at 23, a big riser for me, guys, Kyle Pitts, my tight end 3 in the Cornerstone rankings. And if you're asking about, I think Pitts, over Kincaid, I think I'd rather have Kyle Pitts. I know that's not a consensus right now. Pitts is tight end 7 behind Kincaid, behind McBride. McBride also 24. So Kyle Pitts is younger than Kincaid and McBride, going to be in a favorable situation. I know it's been a little shaky, but he still had some good numbers as far as air yard share. He was first in air yard share, first in unrealized air yards as well for tight end. So I think there's some upside still. 1 year further removed from his injury, I think there's still plenty of upside for Kyle Pitts with Kirk Cousins. And at player 24 and 25 in that same tier with Kyle Pitts, I have Zay Flowers and Rashee Rice. I'm a little bit worried about Zay Flowers, but only 23 years old. We'll see. Did play quite a few games without Mark Andrews. Had the same amount of fantasy points per game as Rashee Rice. So I have them right here together. Whoever you want to put in front of the other, that's fine. Rashee Rice, the Kansas City Chiefs, they just added Marquise Brown. We'll see if they add any more in the draft or in free agency. Rumors they're excited about Xavier Worthy. I don't know if that's happening anymore with them bringing over Marquise Brown now. But going to be an interesting thing to see. Rashee Rice will have a little bit more target competition right now. So he's going to be my wide receiver. He's going to be my player number 25. And then for some honorable mentions, guys, I'll give you down here. One person that I really like that is going into year 3 and still only 23 years old is George Pickens. He's not down here on the honorable mentions, but someone that's definitely rising up my rankings right now. I have A.D. Mitchell, Brian Thomas Jr. could definitely be on here, probably the wide receiver 4 for the rookie draft. Then you have Jonathan Brooks, thinks going to be my RB1, Trey Benson, KW3, Kenneth Walker, only 23 years old, and then Bryce Young, guys. I really wanted to squeeze Bryce Young in here. I'm excited about Bryce this next season. Probably can go on this bottom tier here instead of some of these players. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about these Cornerstone rankings. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. Let's discuss. If you want to see them, be sure to join the chalkboard in our description. Before you go, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, and join the fam.